Hello and welcome back to another coffee tasting video. I'm your host Sterling Miller. This is an Nespresso-centric channel. We deal with the original line and the virtual line of Nespresso. If that interests you, you have found the right channel. For my returning Podhead family, we will have all the announcements and the patron drawing at the end. But without further ado, we'll get right into today's coffee. It is Starbucks Veranda. All right, so this is a Latin American origin coffee again. We have their description. In Latin America, coffee farms are often run by families with their own homes on the same land where their coffee grows. We've sipped coffee with these farmers for decades, sitting on their verandas, overlooking the lush beauty of the coffee trees rolling out in the distance. Most of the times it was the light roasted coffee like this one, mellow and flavorful with a nice softness. All right, let's see what they say here. Toasted malt with baking chocolate. Okay, so we're gonna have a little bit of probably that softer, more of an unsweet chocolate, most likely. We have a 7.7 ounce cup, and on the scale, it's intensity 6, and they're all the way down. Interesting. I'd have to go back and look, but I could have swore that there was an intensity 6 and it was sitting in the medium. Huh, interesting. So let's take a look at their pods here. A few of them held, half exactly. So that's your pod, kind of almost man, I almost want to call it like a vanilla or a beige gold. That's kind of what it looks like. And then Starbucks Veranda blend stamped on the top. 7.77 ounces on the bottom. Toasted malt with baking chocolate. Veranda from Starbucks. Let's go brew a cup. Starbucks Veranda, round 1. Let's get this going. All right, so it's done here. It's got a little bit of a, man, I'm trying to pinpoint that smell. Almost has it's gonna sound weird, it almost has a little bit of a sour smell. Well, that's weird. Well, let's give it a taste. It's got a decent amount of crema when I was stirring it, but not like last week's Sumatra. But Veranda, let's give it a taste. Not sure I'm picking up on the toasted part of it, but it has a very, very, very light cocoa taste to it. But that smell is hard to get past. I don't even know what I'm smelling on that. Level 6 intensity. This one color-wise is very light. Taste-wise, putting it against Nespresso's rating scale, I would say they're grading this at intensity 6. I think I'd move it down to somewhere around a 4. It is very, very light. It's not a bad taste. There's just absolutely nothing remarkable about it in any way. It is incredibly down the road. Yeah. I think it warrants at least trying it with just a little bit of milk just to see if it comes together and develops a little bit more. But this one's I guess it would just be one of those where you would say, it's a cup of coffee. if that helps any. You would just go, it's a cup of coffee. If somebody said, oh, it's got toasted malt and baking chocolate flavors in it, you would go, okay, because you probably wouldn't taste it. And the intensity level, in my opinion on this one, way off. The other one last week, Sumatra, I think it said level 10, and I agreed with that and might have actually been a little higher. This one, level 6, level 4. At its best, level 4. So not much for acid. It's got a little bit on the side. Bitter level, probably a 2. It's got just a tiny bit of bitter in there. I still am trying to pick apart what that odd smell is when you bring it up. I had my wife try to pick it apart too, what the smell was, and she couldn't come up with. It's got a odd sour is the best way I can describe the smell. But anyways, let's put some milk with it and let's go round 2. Let's go brew another cup. All right, I'm gonna get the Veranda going in the cup here, and then I'm gonna use 4 ounces of milk, 118 milliliters. Get that into our Aracino frother. I'm gonna add just a little bit of sugar to that. So I think I'm gonna have to do like a 2, that would be the equivalent of like 2 pumps. Get this guy going just on the lowest setting. All right, let's get these 2 combined here. So we got our 4 ounces of milk, 118 milliliters. We got the 2 pumps of sugar in there. I did my best. Got a kind of a cool coffee layer at the bottom. Little bit of separation here at the top, which would tell me it's got a little bit of oil in it. But all right, let's go give it a taste. Veranda, 4 ounces of milk, 118 milliliters, 2 pumps of sugar. Let's give it a taste. Now a little bit of that baking cocoa taste is coming through. It has just a very, very, it's a very light, subtle, smooth cocoa taste. They say baking chocolate. Kind of like a nice smooth cocoa taste or chocolate taste to it. And then almost what is that other flavor? Almost reminds me of it almost reminds me of a Whopper. And maybe that, I don't know what's in a Whopper, but it kind of maybe that's the malt that they're describing there, because it kind of, like as you drink it with the milk and this little bit of sweetness, now it almost tastes like a little bit of a milkier version, lighter chocolate version of a Whopper. Hopefully you know what that is, a little candy, but that's kind of what it tastes like. Interesting. Let's take a look at what they're doing here. Okay, so again, we're picking this one up at Starbucks. We have Starbucks for Nespresso Vertuo Veranda Blend Light Roast Coffee. I would agree with that. It is definitely a light roast coffee. $9.69, so you have a little bit of a premium there. So we go back to, it is a little bit of a premium. You have $1.21 a pod. I think I'm gonna go with my gut feeling on this one again. And I mean, we can do an awful lot to a lot of coffees and get them to be passable. But for this one, the premium, the flavor of the coffee, it's just not there. This one's gonna be a pass. It you can do better just with straight Nespresso pods. I think if you're looking for a light cup of coffee as opposed to this one, I think Giornio would be a better choice if you're looking around that level, because I think Giornio and this one are going to come in very, very similar in intensity. They say level 6. In my opinion, not even close. Not even close. This is more like a Giornio level coffee, like a 4. So, yeah, unfortunately, this one's going to be a pass. So, yeah, we can't win them all, but let us move on to the contest. All right, so we have a Nespresso gift card for $30. Here is the entries. Depending how much your support was is how many entries are in here. So this is everybody's entries. We're going to, if I can shake them. My bad. All right, how am I gonna, okay, I'll just do it like this. Since the shaking of this is becoming an epic fail, I'm just going to swirl them around. Hopefully at some point I can do this digitally so I don't have to use pieces of paper. This will be for the month of February. All the supporters, you got entries in there based on how much your support was. So some people have obviously 1 or 2 entries, some people have 10 entries, but here we go. Karen. So Karen, when you see this, reach out to us at nespressowinner@gmail.com and we will make arrangements to get the gift card sent to you for $30. Thank you for being an awesome supporter on Patreon. And if you would like to support the channel, join us over at patreon.com/IPON70 and you can support the channel directly that way and get your name entered for some of the monthly drawings. This drawing was for the month of February, so we will do it again in March. If you are a supporter during the month of March, we will pull your name in the first video in April, and that'll be for the month of March. If you enjoyed the content today, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you're alerted anytime we drop a new video, which is every Friday. And make sure you check out the website for any additional contest rules or anything you'd like to learn about our channel over at NespressoReview.com. Going forward, we'll be finishing out the last of the Starbucks coffee next week. We will then start in some viewer requests and also some of the new releases for the original line. So we're gonna go back and take a look at those. So yeah, a lot of exciting content coming up over the next few months. But until next Friday, have a great rest of your day.